Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Report of the Week, and we now are on the air. So how are you today on this Tuesday? Yeah, I'm going, but of course, we all could be better. But I'm going. I'm making it through a week. So that's all I have to say. Today was, for me, uneventful. Nothing happened today. Nothing happened yesterday. Nothing really happened the day before that. So, I don't know, pretty uneventful overall, but that's a good thing. That is a good thing. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. Could only hope you're well. I sure do. I'm just kicking it back this afternoon. It's a warmer day. It's like in the 70s or 80s. It's Fahrenheit, of course. But, just kicking back and listening to this German shortwave station. Playing some, I guess, jazz or lounge music, whatever you want to call it. But that's it. That's all I'm doing today. So how about we read some fan mail, right? I don't have any plans for my shows anymore. I just start reading the fan mail and I see where that takes me. And I think that's good enough. I hope it's good enough. And I hope to get a review up tonight for you also. So we'll see how that is. Anyway. Well, my depersonalization and derealization that I had last week is gone. It's gone for now. It was there for a good 96 plus hours. But it is gone now. Dear Report of the Week, I, like you, have been having episodes of recurring derealization and depersonalization. For me, this seems to go hand in hand with, and most likely another aspect of the social and general anxiety that I've been suffering from since I was 18, now being 26. When it does hit, it can be quite disconcerting feeling, and I've had it from anywhere from up to hours or weeks at a time, although thankfully less lately. Nothing seems to shift it once it does hit, and I just have to wait it out. And I think it seems to slightly help if I concentrate on something, such as, say, how blue an object in front of me is, for instance. Like you said in your video, with me it also seems to be triggered by thinking into the future. Situational what-ifs, and thinking too deeply into things coming up, or how the future will pan out as a whole. On the surface, it would seem simpler to not think and just go on with things. However, this does not seem to be me. Problem being this, maybe stopping me from progressing as I would like. So yeah, just wanted to drop by and let you know that others listening are going through similar. If you ever do need to exchange messages on this topic, I'd be more than happy to. Wish you all the best and hope it subsides soon. Regards. It has indeed subsided. I hope you're listening. Know that I have read this. He hit the nail on the head here. Thinking into the future really does it for me. And you may wonder, you may ponder, you may say, well, why does thinking about the future, there goes a coin, why does thinking into the future really worry you so much? Well, you got to think of it this way. I'm not talking about thinking about next week or tomorrow or even next year. That's not what gets me. It's thinking into the future 10 to 20 years. So that would be, I'm thinking of the late 2010s through the 2020s, even the 2030s, alright? No, why you need to think ahead that far, Mr. Report of the Week? Well, you got to understand that though it is the future and though it is far away, chances are I'm still going to be alive then, and I'll be going through that. What worries me is the way things are progressing in society today. I can't say I'm really a fan of the whole social media craze and all the smartphones and stuff already. But what are you going to do with that? What concerns me, though, is with the possibility of future technological advancements. The way the world will change in time. Pretty much, I'd say within the next 15 to 20 years, my entire way of life will cease to exist. And I find that extremely disconcerting right now, sitting here, talking into my microphone, listening to the shortwave radio, sitting here in a suit. That this way of life, everything that I enjoy, within 20 years will probably, cease to exist, and to a degree it would be pretty much forced assimilation. I would have no other choice to really adapt into society at the time. So I just find it extremely disconcerting that, everything I enjoy is just, slowly ticking down before it will be no more. So I know that's extremely grim and not morbid, but negative outlook. I can't help you there. So with that being said, I figure I've got probably a decade or maybe 15 years before everything starts to hit the fan. So with that being said, I may as well just, enjoy what's around me right now while it's still there. So, when the time comes, I won't look back and say, oh man, I can't believe when I had everything, that I enjoyed still with me, I didn't make use of it. So I just try to enjoy, life as much as possible. I know someone was saying, oh, you sound terrible, whatever. I may sound terrible, but I'm truly putting an effort forward here to make the most out of things. Good vids, excellent content. Just watched your Domino's Pizza review, and I have to say, it is hard to find high quality content like yours out there. Keep it up, dude. Thank you, my dear viewer. Hey, blah. Hey man, just wanted to say your videos are awesome and are strangely addictive. Keep making them and don't listen to the haters. Also, I know you like jazz, so tell me what you think of this. You seem like a guy who has good taste in music, so I know you'll enjoy it, maybe. Regards. I may as well try it now. I already have a jazz program on, so shut that off and see what this is. Porticio Quartet, Paper, Scissors, Stone. I'll just let it go while I read some more fan mail. Let's see how that is. YouTube, hey report bro. Make some new videos. Uploading old ones doesn't count. Yeah, it does. Just kidding. Hope it makes some soon though. Something in a gangster voice. No, I'm making this, and I hope to get a food review up there for you all. So, that being said, that's my plan tonight. I hope to do a food review. I hope to review a pizza tonight. Gonna be Pizzeria Uno's frozen Chicago deep dish pizza. As you know, the whole sauce thing gets to me, but I'm going to put that aside for one review, and I'm going to have some good old frozen Chicago deep dish pizza in New York. Yes, I know it's a travesty, ladies and gentlemen, but it must be done. So that's going to be tonight's review. Anyway. Got some stuff on Reddit here. Serious business questions, in all caps. This thread is for questions of a serious business nature, so that Review Bra may answer them with serious business answers. I'd like to see VORW shows where Review Bra classifies his stances on religion, abortion, gun rights, economic policy, and military. Well, with all due respect, sir, none of those will be answered on VORW. Why? Can't you be serious once and for all? Can you at least address serious, real-world topics? Oh, I sure could, believe me. I could talk about each and every one of those topics, but I'm not going to. Why? Every last one of them are controversial. You see. There's really no middle ground on any of them. Religion, you could say, yeah, I believe in God, I believe in the Bible. Or you could say, I'm an atheist, the Bible's just a book of fairy tales. Abortion, could pretty much say, well, of course there is middle ground on some, but most people just take one or the other. You could say abortion, you could say it's evil and immoral, and it's cutting a life, it's destroying a life. You don't know what this little baby could have been. Or you could say, the woman has the right to choose if she wants to get an abortion or not. Gun rights, you could say, oh yeah, it's it says it right here in the Bill of Rights. We should be allowed to have our guns. Or you could say the opposite. Look at all these shootings. Take them away. Restrict them. Economic policy is the same. Military is the same. So, if I did announce my stance on any of them, not only would I not necessarily want to do that, but I'm sure it would cause a rift in my audience. No matter what I say, it would. Someone will either say I'm too liberal or too, conservative in my answers. I'm not talking politics here. I'm just saying it's the truth. So I personally would rather not do that. Listen, as you know, I'm a human being. I have preferences. I have various beliefs and ideals and standards and morals and all of that. But you know what I don't do? I don't plaster it in other people's faces. I don't say, I believe in this, so therefore you have to do that. I don't do that. I figure I'll believe what I want to, and I'll have my views that I desire, but I'm not going to push them on you. If anything, let alone, I'm not even going to talk about them. And that's how things shall stay. Dear Review Bro, I know of, this is on Reddit by the way, mind you, I know of no other way to contact you but via Reddit. So here I am. Yeah, please PM me on YouTube. I don't know where people have been getting this idea that I don't accept PMs. Please, just if you want to contact me, send me a message on YouTube. It's far more convenient. I check the inbox multiple times a day. I run an online podcast, and I'm a huge fan of you. Would you be willing to be interviewed? I love to do a straight-laced interview where you'll be able to freely speak your mind. Also, I'd love to take questions from Reddit. Let me know if we can do this. It would be the greatest joy of my life. I don't know if it would be the greatest joy of your life. I don't know what to tell you. I'll think about it. PM me on YouTube. I already responded and said, please PM me via YouTube. But, send me a message. I don't know. I really don't like doing the live interviews. The most I usually do is just, in the YouTube PM, I usually just go ahead and say, send me a few questions and I'll answer them there. I'll tell you why I don't like to do interviews, really. It's because some people would really like to put me on the spot, for whatever reason. I just don't like doing that. Of course I'll do what I have to do, but I would personally rather just type up my answers to a few questions and let that be that, rather than people say, in a live podcast or something, ask me, questions such as, what are your views on abortion or stuff, and then what am I going to do? I'm going to have to say what I said before, and I'll look like, who knows what. Right there on the spot, and it would just be a disappointment for all. So I'd rather do what I can rather than to completely disappoint. But, what are you going to do? This recording? Yeah, it is. So anyway, we've had some, you ever hear of IGN.com? What is it? That's like some video game site, I think. For all the gamers, right? So, yet another forum has attempted to recruit me. Add me to their ranks, their numbers. These people, I guess they assume that I'm too inept to even Google Review Bra every day, or every few days, and see what's in the news about my channel. I always like to keep up to date on things. So, yesterday, I searched that, and there was a nice thread going on about me, on this forum on IGN called The Vestibule. Commencing operation, report of the week. So, this one guy, the OPs, I could tell he's a character, Already my answer is no. Just by his avatar, it's a rather insulting image of me in a fedora hat. And I can tell you this, you know what he's trying to imply there. Just put two and two together. Do you know what people associate fedoras with nowadays? And there's my picture of myself wearing one. Properly, mind you. So you know what he's, in a subtle manner, getting out at me there. We need to get in contact with this user called Report of the Week. Found out that he blocked messages and comments in his videos for undisclosed reasons. No, I didn't. If you just watched a few of my videos, I always say why I do it. But I can't blame you. What me and my posse have discovered is that he does have a Reddit account, so if someone could message him by Reddit, get him to join, that'd be great. This is no ordinary user. He was very classy. It would fit perfectly in the vestibule. So they want to recruit me to their forum, and it's just a bunch of insulting gamers. And mind you, I don't have a problem with that subculture, but it's not my thing. That would be complete false praise, and I'm not a big fan of that. As you know, I have no tolerance for that. So I'm just going to let it wither away and die out. And that's the highlight of my week, isn't that fun? Yep. What a depressing individual I am, right? So, I'm going to get up right now and let me just see what I've got in store for the review tonight. I said something already about a frozen pizza of some sort. So I'm taking it out of my freezer right now. Let's see what this is exactly. Alright. Pizzeria Uno pepperoni deep dish pizza. Chunky tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese, and premium pepperoni on legendary Uno crust. Ready to bake. And listen, this isn't going in the damn microwave this time, alright? It's going in the oven. And I'm probably going to have this in like an hour or two, so that's when the review will be filmed. Alright? Be filmed, mind you. Now, by deep dish, this is going to take a while to cook, but oh well. It's going to be like 40 minutes to cook, so it's going to take some time, but anyway. Are you familiar with what deep dish pizza is? Alright. You gotta think. There's two types of deep dish. Okay? And there actually are. You know, you get the correct, legendary deep dish. Then you get the knockoff deep dish pizza. And I'm talking about pizza here. You have... I'm getting a giggle out of this. You get New York deep dish pizza. I don't know why I find that actually funny. Just such a contradiction. You get New York deep dish pizza, which is alright. But that type of pizza is kind of like the, you know, what Domino's used to have. You remember Domino's there? Deep dish pizza. And they had it up until maybe like 2010, 2011. And they had deep dish pizza, but it wasn't really deep dish. You know, it had a thicker dough, but it was just a pizza with thicker dough. And that was it. And it was a darn good pizza, and then it was replaced by their pan pizza, which is pretty much the same thing, minus crust. Now, that is deep dish pizza specimen A. Then you have deep dish pizza specimen B, a la Chicago style. Don't think that made any sense, but oh well. Chicago style, the alleged original deep dish pizza. And that's what this is. This is Chicago style deep dish pizza. I think the second time in my life I've actually tried a Chicago style deep dish pizza. Now, the primary basis of a Chicago style deep dish pizza is pretty much it's kind of like, you got to think of it this way. Think about if an individual at a bakery or grandmama or whoever you wish to envision is making a pie, right? You take the pie crust, you put it in the dish, you have the base at least, or whatever. You know, you line it, you line the sides, the bottom, occasionally the top. Always the top, but not in this case. Think about it, though. You got like a little dish, right? You line the bottom and the sides with the dough. Then you dump in a shipload. I really wanted to make that clear, not saying the other one. A shipload of sauce. Sprinkle some cheese and pepperoni and put that in the oven. And that's Chicago-style deep dish. And that is true deep dish. And as a New Yorker, you know, us in Chicago, we always have a rivalry with the pizza, but I actually have admiration for their deep dish pizza. Certainly a unique specimen, and from what I remember the first time having it was pretty good, so hopefully this will, you know, not be too bad either. Now, the main characteristic with this pizza, you know, I've said this, if you've ever watched my pizza reviews, you know this by now. You know me, inside and out, right? You're familiar with the fact that I don't like too much sauce on my pizzas. You know, one of the main things I specify when I order, I always say, light on the sauce, light on the sauce. So, keeping that in mind, you'd think, my God, a pizza with so much sauce, and tried and true, the report of the week, who doesn't like too much sauce on his pizza, this could only lead to disaster. Not necessarily, Anon. Not necessarily. Gotta look at it this way. Depends on the consistency of the sauce. Alright. Most pizzas, at least that I consume regularly, that I ask for lighter sauce, Their sauce is more runny. Alright? Thin. It's runny. It would be disgusting to have so much sauce on the pizza. It would be like having a soup, and that's disgusting. However, the consistency of the sauce used in this particular pizza is thicker. It's a thick sauce. Completely different. And when the sauce is thicker, it's not like drinking a soup, if you're a soupy pizza. That's disgusting. It'll be like having a good old deep dish pizza. When it comes down to it, it's all about the sauce. So, with the consistency of the sauce presumably being thicker, I would have no problem with there being that much sauce. Plus, it is no error that there is so much sauce. That's how it's meant to be consumed. So, with that being said, that will clear up a few discrepancies there. By the way, I'm sure there's a few of you out there who are familiar with a fellow reviewer whom I approve of. He is regarded as Spicy Carl. Spicy Carl Assessment is the name of his reviews. Always presents himself well, with dignity, almost every time, wearing at least a shirt and tie. And I don't know if any of you noticed, when I was making the announcement for the re-upload video, I said I do this video for, the white-collar bourgeoisie. And if you got that reference, that was a little nod to him and his channel. I like his reviews, so you could go check him out. But that was a little nod to him, because his main line is, I do these reviews for the working man, the blue-collar proletariat. So that was a little nod to him there. Just if anyone was wondering. But yeah, there you have it. Gonna have a new addition to my wardrobe. I'll talk about this in a later episode. I'll get into this in depth. But if you're familiar with what a frock coat is, well, I'm gonna be getting one of those now. I just bought one. It's a nice one too. It's not some cheap one. It's not the Gentleman's Emporium one, because I wasn't a fan of the lapels on that one. It truly is almost authentic, at least in the style. Completely mimics an early 1900s Victorian Edwardian frock coat, even down to the lapels with almost a silk facing on them. Look up what a frock coat is. It's the most formal of coats a man could ever wear. And now, of course, I have one. Or will have one. I'll have to wear that for a video or something. At least show it. It's getting a little warm, but we'll see. Oh yeah, for those of you just curious what I'm wearing today, I went to the store and got some Red Bulls. So I'm wearing a white shirt, dark gray dress pants, a black double-breasted suit jacket. Almost, I guess, it's a sport coat, but it's really a suit jacket. And a black tie with some red dots on it, and a tie clip to hold everything in place. But yeah, there you have it. That's all I have to offer today. This is Report of the Week, signing off. Thank you. Take care, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good day.